Hey fam, it's philosophypanther. Today we're going to talk a little bit about leaders and followers, chiefs and Indians. Oh boy, and what the hell is going on in this conscious community? What? All right, let's go over the few that I know of. Okay, the few that I know of that had beef this year, and not really so much super beef, all the way up to, oh my God, I think this guy needs a freaking Snickers. All right. We checked in. I think Dr. Umar Johnson had a little bit of something going on with Dr. Boyce Watkins. I guess they had a difference of opinion. And they kind of split, but it was not too much, too much salt between the two. And that was good. Then we have Tariq Nasheed, who's been battling Tony Sotomayor for the longest. And so much so that he he stepped to the dude in real life. Okay. And we had Zaza Ali and anybody else who was being stupid. You can't knock the lady if she asks you to bring proof. But this recent thing's really gotten under my skin. I don't even know who Sara Seti is. But because he had beef with Dr. Umar Johnson, this cat's followers went through the roof. Subscribers and views have gone through the roof. And he even snuck a few from me because I didn't know who the fuck Sara Seti was before a few days ago. All because Dr. Umar Johnson felt like he needed to go on a 45-minute rant telling him about how small and albino this guy was. Rule number one of being social media famous or even remotely famous is if you're better than someone else in what they do, you do not, okay, even so much as remotely address them. You don't. Because when the famous look down on the peons gain more power because you just shared an interest in someone who's smaller than you. Now, I say smaller, I don't mean that they're less important or anything of that nature as far as the value of a human being. But Dr. Umar Johnson has tons and tons of subscribers and followers, and people all over the world give him money for these schools that I'm still waiting on. And I've never even heard of Sara Seti before the other day. I didn't even know the guy's name until today. I just know there was this beef with this, it was beef stewing with this guy for some strange reason. Listen, I think one of my favorite people that I've subscribed to and I watch almost religiously is Dr. Umar Johnson, Boyce Watkins, Dr. Boyce Watkins. And he said something that I've always believed since the beginning of time, since I've had to deal with people in my own culture and others, is you can disagree. It's okay. I don't think anybody should have to be hated for disagreeing, though. But everybody wants to be a leader now in this conscious movement that's been going on. It's so much so that it's almost tearing down the purpose. And I know for a fact that white supremacy has a lot to do with what's going on right now. Somebody's being paid to do something for some reason. There are people who don't agree with me because I don't like Black Lives Matter. Let's be real about this. I like the concept Black lives do matter as I am Black. I don't like what their mission statement is and who are they backing specifically on their websites. Now, they can use dead bodies as martyrs for their cause all they want, but you go to their mission statement and see how they do not support straight Black men or straight Black fathers, then, you'll see why I disagree with that, as I am a straight Black father. That's neither here nor there. So we'll go over it okay, I don't know exactly what occurred between Dr. Boyce Watkins and Dr. Umar Johnson, but it was cool because they both dealt with it honorably. Okay, you go 50 paces that way, I'll go 50 paces this way, and then if we happen to meet again, hopefully we can meet on better terms. That's honorable. That makes me want to go follow both of these guys because you need a leader for different jobs, okay? You need a historian. I'll tell you like this. I absolutely do not like Tony Sotomayor. I don't. I hate the concept that he destroys Black women any chance he gets while he's just suckling on some white titty somewhere across the world somewhere. Praises the white skin and all of a sudden destroys Black women. Now, there's a difference between giving constructive criticism to Black men and Black women and destroying them. all the while not touching white people at all. I think that's a problem. And I don't mind. Usually I wouldn't mind. I don't mind, the jokes that they go after him with, especially with Tariq Nasheed. I didn't care that he went and made a puppet out of him and called him crispy and all this other stuff. I didn't mind. But as it went on, the jokes started to die down for me. It's not funny anymore. And then, if you're one of those people like me that will call out, injustice, no matter where it is, you'll get ridiculed. I get ridiculed for not following Black Lives Matter. I get ridiculed because I'm tired of hearing the word crispy come out of Tariq Nasheed's mouth. And trust me, I follow that brother, because without him, I wouldn't have known so much information. I wouldn't have gathered so much information through the documentaries and, of course, through my own research, because there's some things even in those documentaries that's a little iffy for me. I had to go do the research myself. I don't blindly follow anybody. One person that I know now that I could follow 100% is Dr. Boyce Watkins, because it's about money. And regardless of what you guys think, there's nothing on this planet that can survive without finance. Period. You know what the cool thing about the way he works, Dr. Boyce Watkins, is he may not even agree with people on his own team. And it's okay. You can have the Zaza Ali's and I forgot what the other beautiful lady name is, but she will go after you. I forgot her, God forbid, I forgot her doggone name, but she is fierce, and they can have a debate on the same channel with no disrespect. I just don't agree with what you're saying, okay? And they go up, they provide the facts, proof, opinions, and that's it. But this stuff that Umar got caught up in, all you did was make the other man famous, bro. That's all you did. I didn't even know who the hell he was. You could have just ignored all of that. Okay? Big Papa. Okay, cool. You're the Prince of Pan-Africanism. That's great. You're the one running this community, this conscious community. I don't care who runs it, because in all honesty, you can't run anything by yourself. Okay? There's no king. There's no prince to this concept. This concept takes tons of different ideas. All right, breaks it down to only a few separate leaders, and we have to follow all of them to achieve the goals. You got finance, you got military, you got history, you got psychology, you got so many different things, so many different ways and values to go that certain people stand alone on top of that mountain in that particular field. Okay, you ask me, there's nobody in the world better at finance than Dr. Boyce Watkins, other than the Godfather, obviously, Dr. Claude Anderson. But then, okay, that's cool. What about military? You got Jason Black, who people hate and love. I didn't like him at first, and there's some things that I disagree with him on. And I think he addressed me one time years ago, and it was kind of negative. I hated it, and I'm just like, yo, this is really stupid. And you're really, really, really negative on some points that I just don't agree with. And he didn't agree with me, so I couldn't join his little group on Facebook. And it's cool, but he made a film, and I was so happy. I was like, yes, another brother is making films. Regardless of if I didn't like what he had said to me, that didn't change my ideology or my belief in that we could do something for the greater good. So I put my angst, my anger, my difference aside, because he still achieved something really great with 7 a.m. And listen, I'm not sucking up to anybody. It's just the facts. That's really what it is. And I think when it comes down to people trying to be the leader, the king, the prince, the whatever of this conscious movement, I think you have to sit back and find out where exactly do you fit into all of this. Because psychology won't solve the entire black problem right now. Neither will finance. It's up there, but it won't solve the entire problem. You can have all the money in the world. If your mind ain't right, it don't matter. Okay, obviously we need people to protect our weak, our women, our men. Some men are just weak, our children, whatever. We need a militant mind. We need all these different minds, and we need them to work together. And that's where we're falling right now. This is why so many people who had left Christianity or Judaism or Catholicism or any of these other religions to reach and seek out and thought that this conscious movement was so it was like gold. Like, oh my God, this is what I've been searching for. I don't have to follow some white, blue-eyed, golden-haired guy in the sky. I can follow people that look like me. The concept of me possibly being a king or queen, or excuse me, not a queen, but a king in Africa, it excites me. Like, wow, I am worth something. That notion alone it's alluring, and it drives millions of black folks to this community and daily, but it's driving that same amount of people out, because now everybody wants to be the king, the god, the ruler, the best. Everybody wants all the money. It doesn't work that way. I know it's frustrating to sit here and hear me say stuff like this because I don't follow certain people or I follow this, and that's cool. I don't want all of you guys to agree with me. I actually enjoy the fact that some of you guys hate me. That's great. But you can't argue the fact that everybody has to work together for us to dig ourselves out of this hole that was forced upon and that we keep digging ourselves deeper into. So in essence, you kind of need the Tony Sotomayors, because if you didn't have them, you probably wouldn't have people like Tariq Nasheed dogging him and showing you how you should be treating the black people of color and the black women specifically. You wouldn't have, if we weren't so poor, you wouldn't need Dr. Boyce Watkins. You wouldn't need Umar Johnson to fight for the young boys, the black boys who, like myself, have been punished for not being able to sit still as a kid in an all-white classroom. You need these type of people to help you reassess and decide on other things, instead of just accepting your current reality, that there's more to what you're thinking. And there's a reason why things go the way they have been going. But if these individual people don't come together, there is no conscious movement. I don't care if you are a Hebrew Israelite. I don't care if you're a Hotepper or whatever you want to call it. I don't care if you follow Brother Polite. There's some stuff that come out of his mouth I don't like either. There's a little bit of everybody. I believe. I think I don't like a little bit of everybody who's supposedly so consciously supreme. I think, I think that's possible, and that's okay. I don't like some of the stuff Black Lives Matter does. I do like the concept of Black Lives Mattering. I don't like Umar's super over aggressive, you follow me or you're to the wayside type of ordeal. Unapologetically black is a great thing, but if you mess up, you kind of have to apologize. I think that's what makes a great prince. If you have a falling out when it comes to finance, okay, fine. You have to be able to admit your mistakes. You're not a god, people. These so-called rulers or kings, queens, and princes of the conscious movement, you have to appear human so people can relate to you. I'll tell you one thing. I have seen Jason Black apologize before. At first, I didn't think he did stuff like that because, all you get is a YouTube channel with, a brother in all black, and just a voiceover. You don't see any actual video. It's just a tape, a recording. And it works for him. You should see how many followers, subscribers, and views he gets. But some of the stuff came out of his mouth was just absolutely hateful. Okay. And then some of it was justified. Others is just, you didn't like the fact that people disagreed with what you disagreed with. And you should be okay with that. It's like a good comedian. A good comedian once said, I don't want everybody in the crowd to laugh at my jokes. If everybody's laughing, then it's not funny. If I got one group of people, or some people who hate that, who want to write a letter to the manager about what joke I just came up with, then I'm successful. And I think you become successful when you have not haters, but people who disagree. How do you expect us to move forward if each of you are arguing all the time about who's right and who's wrong? Not accepting the women when they speak about things in the conscious community, and how we can work together with group economics, and how, we need a military mind. We need everybody to fight. And you know what? I've yet to come across a major, maybe you guys can help me, a major YouTuber who speaks about growing food and hunting. Because we can be militant, we can know all about money and everything, but if we don't know how to feed ourselves and hunt, when we do this revolution that everybody says is either going to be televised or non-televised, what's going to happen then if we don't know how to feed ourselves? So I haven't seen a YouTuber talk about that yet. That'd be pretty interesting to watch and see how he or she, fits into this conglomerate of conscious, superior leaders that we're supposed to be following here. Leadership isn't leadership if you're in the back barking orders. Leadership is only leadership when you're in the front, and if you make a mistake, you turn around and you apologize and then keep moving forward. How am I supposed to follow somebody who claims to be a god, claims to be a king, prince, princess, a scholar, all knowledgeable, but can't accept that they're human? Look, I'm done with talking about this. That's where I'm going to end this video. I know y'all tired of hearing me talk, but one thing that I do take away from everybody that I do subscribe to and all these other YouTubers is that you have to think, act, buy black, period. Think black, act black, buy black. Think, act, buy. Think, act, buy. That's what you have to do in order for us to survive. I love you guys. I really do. And I hope that this ends. This here will end. We're a few days away from the new year. And you know what it kind of feels like before I go? It feels like somebody said, anybody want to fight me before the end of the year gets here? Let them speak. And everybody's just talking right now. Let's do it. Let's fight. Let's scrap. I hope this is the last time that we have to come across and see some garbage like this. All right? Because it's degrading. And guess what? White people see this shit too. And they love it. Well, not all of them. Obviously, the white supremacists and the so-called white supremacists, they love seeing us fight against each other. You're supposed to stay on code. Tariq said that. Stay on code. You got something supposed to say to somebody else? Do that shit behind closed doors. You don't let these people see us argue amongst. And then you guys are the leaders too? It's embarrassing. Anyway, I love you guys. Peace out.